May I hit it, Michael?
It's your phone, dude. Do it. It's your show. Do whatever you want.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to AEW. This is John. That's Michael Paul. Take it away, bro.
Wow, the memories that brings back. Now, credit to TNA. They tried to start a Monday Night War Part 2, but it didn't quite pan out the way they hoped. Anyway, enough with the past and Dixie Carter. We are live and in the present. And tonight we will finally bring you AEW. We weren't sure for a few minutes because we had I had some woman problems. Her name was Technology, and like most females, sometimes she's a bitch. However, with some help, I finally got everything reconnected. Everything's in place the way it should be. I'm sorry, because now I made you laugh so hard that you're going to be doing that all night. But if you do that all night, I know that it's my fault. So I only have myself to blame. Okay. The bottom line is everything's connected again. Everything's up and running. So we are 9 minutes into AEW. I don't have a lot of news today, other than now that my actual YouTube is also fixed. I'm gonna see it when AEW is over. Apparently, from what Amanda told me, Ozzy's funeral was streaming on YouTube. I unfortunately was not able to see it because I was having problems at that moment. But now that everything's back up and connected again, I can check it out when Dynamite is over. So that's the only real news that I wanted to share, is that Ozzy's funeral was today. It was streaming live on YouTube. So if you want to go check that out. If you want to see how that happened or what happened during the funeral, what surprise guests showed up and whatnot. I did misspeak on one thing. I said 3 weeks ago, not long before he died, Ozzy gave his last performance, and he did, but what I didn't realize was that it was not just Ozzy. Ozzy's last show was actually a Black Sabbath reunion. I guess an unannounced, unplanned, unexpected Black Sabbath reunion. So they were all together one last time. And I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming that that's also on YouTube if you want to go and check that out. Now, of course, that's what I was forgetting, my good nights to, as I call them, and will always call them, my girls. And I think I've been very clear as to why that is, so no need to rehash that. But at any rate, to my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan and Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, and Caitlin. I love you all so much. Thank you for being such a wonderful part of my life. Bless every one of your hearts. Love you so much. Sweet dreams. Have sweet dreams. We will see each other tomorrow. Mwah. Good night, my angels. Nothing but love. And with that, as we are 12 minutes in, we take you now to AEW Dynamite. And thank you for being with us.
Thanks, guys.
RedCross.org/in the eye of the storm to learn how to be prepared and support disaster relief efforts.
streaming on HBO Max.
Oh, for
right, now
fuck's sake. Come on, man.
No, boss. All right, now we all know what we need to do. Let's go do it. Right now, get out of here, go!
That is really impressive.
Damn right it was impressive.
Okay, that tone doesn't work.
Sorry, boss.
I guess I had a little more Big Bang Theory than I thought. But now we're at the end of that, and we go to AEW. I'm assuming back in Chicago. Still, yes.
Yeah, let's find out when they get to the opening of the Powers at the intro of the show.
Well, now I remember what I was going to say. This week, we will not be with you for AEW Collision because instead, we are going to bring you both nights, both back-to-back nights of WWE SummerSlam. Now, in most cases, I prefer AEW over WWE.
That's his choice, YouTube.
But the way that they're building this SummerSlam, being that it's the first of two nights, this is almost can't miss, or as they used to say on NBC, must-see TV. Especially with Jelly Roll and Cardi B being part of the SummerSlam, although they haven't been talking about Cardi B in the last couple of weeks, so I wonder if something happened. Anyway, and if anything did happen, we'll bring that to you, of course. Anyway, we won't be with you for Collision this Saturday because we will bring you both nights of SummerSlam, maybe somewhere in between that, we'll bring you a Collision watch along. But even if not this week, next week, we will be back with you for Collision. Now, we are 15 minutes in. Let's go to Dynamite.
I should have done the Tony Schiavone thing. Well, hey, at least I got the old school WCW thing, right? Oh, if you guys watched last week's AEW, during the end, Adam Page said that no one is allowed at ringside for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship between him and Moxley, representing the Death Riders.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's go.
And the challenger, Jon Moxley.
Oh, shit, I forgot that was tonight. Yeah. Shut up.
We already know that you won, Adam Page. We still love you.
God bless. Let's go. Hold on. All right, hold on.
One more time.
I mean, I get it. They want to do a build-up, but
I will see you next week, dumbass. The rematch for the AEW World Championship, Hangman and Mox, takes place tonight, live on Dynamite.
Quarterfinal match in the tag team tournament set for one fall. Introducing first from Miami Beach, Florida, at a combined weight of 457 pounds, Truth Magnum, Turbo Floyd, 30 Outrun.
And earlier today, cameras caught up with Truth and Turk. Let's hear what they have to say.
You don't hear anything like the Outrunners, and I know I am. After last week, we're rich as hell and loving every second of it. Oh, but tonight, Truth Magnum, don't forget we got the Young Bucks. But hey, buddy, when we withdraw, we're rich. Yeah. opponents currently in the ring, Nick and Matt Jackson.
Oh, come on. How the mighty have fallen. Let's hear from these two young local competitors. I like to. That jet allowance, 200 grand, that came right out of our
I
salary.
can buy my entire family coach on the line. All the little seats, an entire family coach.
And our entrance with the help.
Reloaded?
This is ridiculous.
This disrespect
It
is
is completely ridiculous.
damn it.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Well, Matt and Nick not taking
So
kindly to the
during the time that they were
standing
made
life.
EVPs,
No, it's not.
that's probably not
bad
but that's probably because one of them was hurt and couldn't compete for a while, but they wanted to keep them on TV. So that's why they came up with the executive EVPs. Now, whichever one it was that was hurt, you must be recovered. So now they can get back in the ring, and now they're able to compete.
Yeah, you know what the audience just called the Young Bucks?
What's that?
Jobbers.
Matt and Nick can really go. There's no denying that.
Big boots delivered by the Outrunners. Oh, but in comes Matt Jackson, chop across the windpipe. One thing you have to remember about the Young Bucks, they are 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champions. And as this tournament continues, we're going to determine who will face the Hurt Syndicate.
And there's Jushin Thunder Liger again.
World Tag Team Championship
Huh?
at Forbidden Door.
Wait.
Right hands raining down on the head of the Bucks.
Right
Watch out, hit. Oh! Atomic drop, meeting of the minds.
there.
Outrunners have
Great chemistry together.
Right before they throw the
And
someone right over there towards the guy with the
chemistry of Matt
right there.
Jackson is tough
Yeah.
to match.
that could be Jushin Thunder Liger, but Taz says that he probably gained a lot of weight.
I don't know because I didn't bring the camera close enough that I was able to see. So.
Like I said, Ted, regardless of what the fans do to them as far as booing or what has been done to them since losing their stature, that is not deterred them from being a great team. They can still go, and they're proving it. And it's probably Ted making them even more determined. What do you think?
I would think so. Yeah, they're pissed off.
Oh,
They
yeah,
feel
that's
disrespected.
right there.
They feel, and I agree with
I
that.
didn't hear him.
I mean, they're two of the founding men of this company. Let's be honest. To hear that tell it, they're the only founding fathers of AEW, which is just completely incorrect. As taking a moment to pose there.
They'll always be my EVPs, always. Well, that little ride they had in that makeshift boat around the Arena Globe Life Field, to me, just told me all I need to know about their egos.
Matt Jackson with a suplex, Matt. Has had a history of lower back issues. Nick now ran down right hands. Remember, the winner of this match will go on to face the winners of the Gates of Agony, Brody King and Bandito match taking place tomorrow night, special Thursday night collision. And we'll also have the first semifinal round matches. FTR take on this new iteration of the Bang Bang Gang tomorrow night on Collision. That is Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson picking up the victory this past Saturday.
Oh, nice two for the price of one right there.
Wait a minute.
Both Bucks
Yeah.
went flying.
If it's tomorrow,
As Turbo
maybe they're not having it on Saturday.
into the fray.
Both these guys
But
are
I'll
strong.
look
Turbo
at it
and
when
Truth.
this is over.
Nice drop kick right there. Another
Or
one.
you can look up
Point
with
that you talk
commercials
a lot
on.
about the
You
young
know,
Bucks, but not really about
don't
the
buy it
Outrunners.
too fast.
These two guys
And I
are
don't
just
want to come back in the middle of
$100,000
anything.
each. I know, that's impressive. That's why I'm friends with them now. What happened on Collision? I got it.
For that
Teamwork again. Look at this with the Bucks.
and Turbo Floyd sent crashing and now crashing into Truth Magnum was both Matt and Nick Jackson. Super kick just dropped Turbo here on the floor.
That was with purpose. Look at that.
On the cannonball, Enziguri combination.
This is what the Bucks do so well.
Escalera. They know when to amp it up, Excalibur. They know when to amp it up when there's that sense of urgency. No fans don't go anywhere because that is the voice of Nick Jackson. Who's interrupting my throat of a break careful, the truck is going to find him.
I know.
The AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament continues live on TBS and HBO Max.
What do you get when you mix a banana, a firefighter, a tailgater, and baseball? You get banana.
Impractical Jokers, all new Thursdays at 10 on TBS. Set your DVR now.
AEW Dynamite, our opening contest underway. A first-round matchup of the AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament. The Outrunners, the Young Bucks, almost got it. Truth Magnum very nearly made it to the corner, nearly made the tag. Mookie Jones. And Nick Jackson. Right in the face of Turbo Floyd, but in the face of Nick Jackson was the boot of Truth Magnum. Truth over the top. Nick Jackson swept out Turbo's leg.
Smart. Super smart. Great job by Matt. Excellent job. And you are talking, they can hear the take back.
And corkscrew kick. Truth Magnum. Drop down, and Nick Jackson continuing on. The kick. Oh! Cutter on the floor. Matt Jackson sacrificing his body. Big crossbody. 1, 2.
I'm sure people at home heard that thump. Our microphones here, our headsets probably picked it up, and that was loud. What impact. And we want to remind you that we are coming to Cleveland next Wednesday for Dynamite, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. We got a lot going on, fans. In Roanoke next Saturday, Roanoke, former Civic Center in Roanoke, Virginia, and of course, as you know, we'll be back at Cincinnati for Dynamite and Collision on 2 days, 13th to 14th.
And how much would John Moxley love to walk back into Cincinnati as AEW World Champion? The cover made. The risky business there from the Bucks, but
there's Scotland on
ahead of Forbidden Door.
And on 24th, they're in London,
The
England.
Tag Team Championship title
Forbidden
match.
Door.
The Hurt Syndicate
On
facing the
pay-per-view.
winners of this tournament that is underway. As the Bucks looking for more bang for your buck, but no. Truth able to duck under a knee. Oh,
And Truth has been put through hell by the Bucks. He's tried so many times to make the tag. He got it!
finally makes it. In comes Turbo Floyd.
The fans
No,
are
Turbo.
listen to it here. The big man is bringing it.
I think we could all really remember this, like, Turbo looks like Jeffrey used to in the 80s.
Is fired up. A lot of pent-up aggression coming out of the Bucks.
You can stay on the attack, though, here, Taz. Don't look around. Yeah, he's got something in mind. Big power, this guy. Oh, what strength.
Just
Got a
real quick.
Northern Lights bomb there. Like Turbo Floyd.
There we go. Hey,
He's a Newport 100.
hang out in my housemate Michael Paul right here. But hey, if I'm still up, I'll probably call you right back, all right? And please don't get mad, all right?
Okay, but if you don't call me back, then I'm always sitting here waiting for you.
Okay, I'll call you back later, okay?
I probably won't be up later.
How about I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Well, you better talk to me on the phone or I'm never calling you again.
Okay.
Wow. Is someone on their period? I mean, like,
That's wow.
what's got her tits in a tingle? I mean,
She thinks that every time when I'm watching wrestling with you, she wants me to call her back.
okay, so why don't you call her back?
If she's still up.
Oh, well, you should point that out to her. I'm trying not to wake you. No, seriously, if I don't call you back, it's because I think by then you're in bed, you may be sleeping, and I don't want to wake you up.
Or she might be busy talking to her mom or grandma.
Yeah, that too.
And Magnum, he kind of reminds me of Hogan or Savage.
Magnum, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But Nick Jackson is super kicked.
Great sense of timing by Nick. He saw it coming. He just waited for.
You know, technically, the alphabet starts with ABC, but some days I start to wonder if maybe I've been wrong all this time and the alphabet actually starts with PMS. I don't know. Just a thought.
You little SOB.
I don't know. Sometimes, yeah. I know it starts with ABC, but sometimes I think the alphabet starts with PMS. The way, I mean, it just, well, I mean, at least it seems that way to me.
Wait. A, B, C, D, E.
Good night, Jeffrey. We love you, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
E.
That's not Jeffrey. That's Chewbacca with them.
Sometimes he does that.
Yeah, but yeah, sometimes, like I said, I know it starts with ABC, but some days I think the alphabet starts with PMS. Oh, well.
Super kick the hands, but the Outrunners reverse. Bucks underneath and a 2-on-1 offense there by Turbo Floyd. Turbo looking great here. Youngest man alive, taking it to the Young Bucks, looking for total recall. But Nick intercepted a super kick.
I guess I'm
There's one for Turbo, one for Truth.
Every 5
I
minutes.
think the rights might be starting to demonize, or maybe not.
Turbo to the right, to the face that time, but still can't fight him back, guys. Alvarez might pull off this. This would be a big upset, in my opinion.
What did they say? You son of a bitch.
One, two. And as you talk about what an upset this would be, I mean, it's really been feast or famine for the Bucks when it comes to tag team tournaments. The inaugural tournament.
Oh, Turbo Floyd reminds me of Macho Man and Hogan.
But then last year, defeating FTR in the finals for the
other guy.
the Underworld Tag Team Championship.
Okay,
So
maybe it's
they've
bad.
had
I'm
it both
thinking of
ways.
one of them
Can the
reminds me of
Outrunners
Jesse.
make a second
Magnum.
first round exit
Oh,
tonight, but the Bucks make it look unlikely?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the Bucks, they have the momentum right now in this match, for
great
sure.
hurting me or nothing. Just
Rising knee strike, assisted, sliced bread, and Nick Jackson comes in the knee. The cover made both legs hook deep. Truth Magnum able to kick
Yeah.
out.
thank you very
How
much.
the Bucks look
I
great.
gave you that poster right there.
It's something they should be very happy that
Oh.
what is happening. I know they're not
Yeah.
alter egos, but it's really
Could have put it by your bad player, bad
on the raw. Two. I was going to say reset their focus.
I
They're more
thought how did
focused
you
than
do that?
I did
Wait a
it.
second. The low ball, the referee didn't see it.
Oh, there you go. They just triggered the book right there.
Push me down, ref.
Jackson and the referee in.
The raw. Two.
So close. What that been a story? Calculation is red by Bucks.
And 15% there is the super kick off target.
They get very hard going down on that apron. 2-on-1 situation. Now runners looking good.
Recall. Is this it? Is this the upset? Two. No. Nick Jackson in there just in time to break it up.
Big time save by Nick. And both these teams, man, they really want to advance this quarterfinal match. This is great tag team action. It's a great way to open up our telecast.
The Outrunners
Kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out.
Turbo able to kick out.
No, Turbo.
He just got driven into that ring post. I don't know if Matt wants to go punch to punch with this big man. That'll slow him down. Enziguri. Oh, jeez. And now, oh, God. Oh, no. The TK Driver. 1, 2, 3.
Son of a bitch.
Tournament, Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Well, Matt and Nick Jackson advance to the semifinal round where they await the winners of the Gates of Agony and Brody King Bandito match coming up tomorrow night live on Collision Plus. The first semifinal round match, FTR and the Bang Bang Gang.
Whoever wins
Go down
between
tomorrow night, 8/7 Central
Brody-
on TNT and HBO Max.
Brody and
The Outrunners have
Bandito,
nothing to be ashamed
with a
of. That was
Gates of
a hell of a
Agony,
battle.
I hope one of them destroys the Young Bucks.
Hold on. What is this about?
Who is it? Oh, forgot.
There is the AEW Unified Champion, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, coming down to celebrate with Matt and Nick Jackson.
Now remember, Don Callis had said something to the Young Bucks. As we know, Callis trying to get his hooks into everybody here.
Okada, he's been upset with Swerve for the victory at All In Texas that cost the Bucks their EVP position, and now, just after the bell, an unnecessary attack. The Outrunners, as you said, they put up a hell of a fight here tonight, but they absolutely do not deserve this.
I don't disagree. And the Bucks are trying to get the house.
Swerve's house.
From the Outrunners in. Swerve! Well, Okada did not want to hear that music. There's Kristana, Java in hand.
That's Coffee Excalibur. Thanks for the clarification, Taz. And that is Swerve Strickland marching towards the ring and marching towards the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. I think Okada realizes the Outrunners have turned things around on the Bucks.
Yeah, good point. You realize it now. It's now to get the hell out of it.
Oh, he's caught. Okada's caught here. Okada getting pinballed by the Outrunners, getting pinballed by Swerve Strickland. Getting one out, Okada. And Swerve the high boot. The backdrop by Turbo Floyd Okada. He got rocked by those right hands from all three men.
The Bucks better get Okada out of there. I think it's not done.
I was going to say that. I think Swerve is just getting started. Could be a house call in the future of the Rainmaker. But the Bucks, as you mentioned, pulling Kazuchika Okada to safety. But Swerve straight. Swerve.
Oh, stop! Catching all three men. The man right there who cost the Young Bucks everything, along with Will Ospreay.
And could he potentially cost Kazuchika Okada the AEW Unified Championship?
Definitely could be.
Impressive by Strickland. The Outrunners helping out. A timely assist for the Outrunners from Swerve Strickland, but it's the Young Bucks advancing to the semifinals of the AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament. But right now, let's hit the back where our colleague, remarkable Renee Paquette is standing by.
Mark Briscoe, you are in action tonight, taking on one of the most insanely gifted athletes that we have here at AEW in Ricochet. But on a personal level, let's talk about what's been going on. I mean, MJF has clearly gotten
You seen MJF tonight? You know where he's at? Mark. Please, shut up. Because you don't need to worry about MJF tonight. Who you need to worry about is me, because if your ass ain't careful, GOA and myself are going to send you packing out of Chicago in a coach of your own blood. Just like I did at Revolution. Do you remember that? I remember. Ricochet, listen to me. Let me forewarn you. Feel like a whole different man, a whole different animal than I was at Revolution. I'm on a warpath. Tonight, I will whoop your ass. But it's just a fraction of what I got for you, MJF. Because MJF, you done crossed the line.
Hey.
Show Ricochet respect. None of that matters. I'll see you later tonight, loser.
Do you think it hurts his
Well, Ricochet, Mark Briscoe still to come tonight, plus MJF appears live on Dynamite. And don't forget the massive AEW World Championship title match. Hangman Adam Page looks to defend against Jon Moxley. Everyone will be banned from ringside. But fans, DraftKings Sportsbook is officially partner of AEW. New customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Simply download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code AEW. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
Jeff Francoeur from MLB on TBS
Hey,
here.
I'm
The thing
gonna
I love
use the
about baseball
bathroom.
season is
I'll be
that
right back. I'll call Jennifer real quick.
Going pretty well for MJF.
Or you don't.
Well, I don't know. So
That's the DJ life, I guess.
Exactly. I took that to mean that he lives a very colorful life in very late nights, maybe lots of drug-fueled evenings or alcohol-fueled evenings where he genuinely doesn't remember. I think guys who, party in Vegas till 4 a.m. regularly may not remember some of their sexual encounters. I certainly remember every one of mine.
Well, I mean, both of them? All right.
Yeah, all two of them. I had two beautiful kids. So at first I read this as it made me a little uncomfortable because I hate this kind of macho posture. I hate this hey boy, I was just getting it, so I'm not gay as long as I didn't have a leader in my mouth. I hate that stuff.
This is the interesting thing about this to me, and he goes on to talk about how he's definitely, he's not gay because he's dated a lot of very famous women, seems genuinely into Katy Perry and MIA. But he also says he could see himself dating a guy life partner wise. What's interesting about it to me is that Diplo's 44.
Yes.
And I think Gen Z and probably younger millennials are totally fine with they're whatever, sexuality is fluid and gender's fluid, and that they don't really make that big of a deal of it. Guys in their 40s, it's weird that he's in this sort of in-between thing where he's like, yeah, I'm fluid, I don't care, whatever, but also he's doing that kind of macho posture, if you don't look him in the eyes, it's not gay.
I agree.
He's like an 80s teen movie jock,
but he's 44.
Yeah,
so you're million where it's it's not funny anymore. I'm not in high school. You're not in high school, so the macho posturing is stale. Yet he's also 44, so he should have kind of figured out where he stands in terms of his fluidity. Not figured out on a podcast with Emily Ratajkowski.
That he's sort of approaching it like he's 20.
Yes.
Like it seems like he's almost railing against old people that try and put people in boxes and stuff, but then he's also trying to create that box to put himself in. I don't know.
It's very strange because in some sense when he said you see a life partner with a man, he's sort of saying look, bros love hanging out with bros, and I've had bromance before, but even that is sort of a species of that macho posture to be I like dudes, I like hanging out with dudes, but when it comes to the bedroom, I'm always in there with a chick. It's strange because there's a feeling of progressive and conservative values in what he's expressing. I don't think he's retrograde. I don't think he's a deep South conservative guy saying no, I don't touch men. But he's sort of wrestling with this concept and bringing in some old notions that I thought we've sort of moved beyond.
Yeah, it's jokey, but it's you're almost watching somebody in therapy trying to work out. He's like, well, I'm okay with guys, but also I'm totally straight bro, dude. So it's odd. It's to somebody in their 40s that's trying to be this old school gay or straight, very clearly defined thing, while also like, I don't believe in definitions.
That's the hard thing for me. So here's what I'm struggling with the most. Maybe you can help me. He's 44, so I don't think he's genuinely struggling with this issue. I think
No, not struggling with the sexuality. I think struggling with how to present it, how to talk about it.
Yes.
Like in his mind, he kind of genuinely doesn't really care. He's more into women, but he's not like grossed out by men.
Right.
But it's like it feels weird for him to say that.
Yes, and that's what's like sort of strange. I don't know if he expected this podcast with Emily Ratajkowski, who I take it is probably a friend of his, and he had some comfort to be able to sort of talk this out in a podcast setting. But it's strange to me that the conversation went in this direction. I think he thought it would be like an offhand joke, and she would move on from the topic.
Right.
And when she didn't, it sort of becomes this like viral sensation where we're reading news stories about like what does this mean about Diplo, and I don't think he intended the conversation to move in that direction, but it did.
And maybe it's because he was sitting there talking to Emily Ratajkowski. Right. He's like, I'm suddenly reminded about how I find women very attractive.
Right. And you can sense his discomfort where he's trying to say I'm not gay, but say that in a way that doesn't read as I'm insulted that you would think I'm gay. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah. Like he's like she's like he almost got like that he thought she was trying to say like, "Are you gay?" Like, no, I like chicks, but also I kind of mess around with you.
It's a little of the Seinfeld, but not that there's anything wrong with
Yeah.
that. It's like sort of the modern version of actually squirming through that conversation to say, "Hey, I'm not gay. I prefer women," but there's nothing wrong, of course, with being gay. So he's sort of having this like very awkward exchange. I think Diplo. My take is that probably is mostly heterosexual and thought this was a joke and didn't expect it to unravel in quite this way. But I also believe, given his lifestyle, that he may have had received oral sex from men, and he's comfortable with that. I think that's kind of like a sign of the times. You couldn't imagine a rock star in the sort of 60s and 70s having this kind of podcast conversation.
Which is funny because we know like David Bowie and Mick Jagger were jumping in bed together. Like all those dudes were doing all kinds of stuff in the 70s.
That's what's fascinating. But could you imagine them talking openly about it on a podcast with, Joe Biden?
Well, there was sort of an example, which it sounds funny now, but in 1976 or 7, Elton John did an interview with Rolling Stone and admitted that he messed around with guys. He didn't even say he was gay. He didn't fully come out then, and it hurt his career. Oh wow! So, he still had hits, but for like a couple of years after that, he struggled a bit because people were like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
I mean, the guy in giant rhinestones and all that, like Elton John, they didn't know was gay, but when they thought he might be, oh well, we can't listen to him anymore. Which is insane.
It nearly derailed one of the greatest careers in music, and I think that's the thing to put a bow on this is I don't think this will have any impact on Diplo's career, positive or negative. And I think that's the best.
Well, his audience isn't the kind of audience that's going to be offended by that. Like at that point, Elton John had a very classic rock audience in the 70s, and those guys were not okay with that. Diplo's fans, probably, if anything, would be more upset that he's kind of hemming and hawing on it a little bit.
If anything, it shouldn't impact his career at all. It's his sexual preference has nothing to do with his
It
music.
doesn't matter
And I
anyway.
hope it has like no impact, positive or negative. So anyway, we'll see what happens, but that'll do it for us today. See you next time.
TMZ.
Yeah.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school.
One impossible thing at a time.
The Librarians, season finale Monday at 9 on TNT. Stitcher DVR now.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite live from Chicago. Things are going pretty well for MJF. Part of the #1 movie in the world right now, Happy Gilmore 2. He has a contract that he can execute anytime he wants to challenge for the AEW World Championship. But last week we found out that Bobby Lashley gave him a thumbs down, putting MJF standing with the Hurt Syndicate in jeopardy.
Hey, it's me, MJF, from literally the biggest movie on planet Earth, Happy Gilmore 2, and also your future two-time AEW World Champion. But you already knew that. See, the reason I got the cameraman over here is because there's some scuttlebutt online that the Hurt Syndicate's in trouble, and I'm here to quell that. Hey, Shelton, my main man! Listen, I want to talk to you about last week from the bottom of my heart. I am so sorry about Bob's actions. I mean, That just made it so uncomfortable and awkward for us. But now that Bob's out of the equation, now me, you, and Montel, we can focus and strategize on
Before you get to that, MVP's not here. Well, he's not here because, quite frankly, he's pretty disgusted with you. As far as Bobby goes, well, actually, do you have the time?
No, I gave him a watch.
You gave me your watch. You mean this watch?
Yes.
This is your watch. That's a nice watch, Max. It might be the nicest watch I've ever seen come from Temu. You really think that I'm so stupid I don't know the difference between some cheap knockoff and a real Rolex? You mean this watch?
Yes.
This is your watch. That's a nice watch, Max. It might be the nicest watch I've ever seen come from Temu.
Temu.
You really think that I'm so stupid I don't know the difference between some cheap knockoff and a real Rolex? But thanks to your show of generosity, we've been on you the whole time. And the only reason you didn't get laid out months ago is because MVP stuck his neck out for you. So with that in mind, I think that you and this cheap ass watch need to get the hell out of here before you end up in a pool of your own piss. Wait, one more thing. As far as the Hurt Syndicate, you are out.
Sheldon, let's just talk this over a little bit. Get that camera out of my face. Friends, at All In Texas, a lot of things happened that had the wrestling world on its ear. One thing in particular. And with that in mind, let's bring in Christian Cage.
Before we turn our attention to this, Jazz, MJF now thumbs down from the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, it's not looking good for MJF. Man, that thing really amplified quick.
Yeah. But as Tony Schiavone mentioned, at All In Texas, it was the other members of the patriarchy that very nearly left Christian Cage lay, about to deliver a concerto. But who should return? Who should intervene? None other than the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, longtime friend of Christian Cage. He delivered a very simple, very straightforward message. Go find yourself.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly old buddies hugging, embracing, and laughing. That's not what it was, to your point. Cope basically asked Christian to go find himself, like you just said. Christian, at All In, seemingly the patriarchy was dismantled, and Adam Copeland comes out, returns to AEW, comes in the ring, tells you to find yourself. When do you give us your reaction to all of that?
Tony, my name is Christian Cage. And I'm
That's just shit. It's really works. Never spoken.
And they're funny, like, yeah, you are. Now you admitted it.
Now I'm the type of asshole, you can hold the microphone, it's your job. Now I'm the type of that's numb to the world and everything in it. I don't care who's left in my wake. I don't care who's hurt. I was obsessed with becoming the AEW World Champion. In that revolution this past spring, I walked into Los Angeles ready to fulfill my destiny. I signed the contract, I stepped through those ropes, I hit a picture-perfect spear. And as I got up and I looked down at the canvas, I caught a glimpse of my past. And for one split second, I came. I'm conducting my business. I became with feelings. And it cost me. It cost me everything. And in the days and the weeks that passed, you're trying to piece it all together. The noise just keeps getting louder and louder to the point where my own family is questioning me and pointing fingers. And Nick and Kip, I didn't realize that your nuts had dropped and you had the courage to actually stand up to me. And I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is you questioning me because you haven't earned the right to question Christian Cage. Because when it comes to this business, I'll put it in these terms for you. When it comes to I'm conducting business, I said. When it comes to this business, I've spent more money on rental cars making towns than either one of you have made combined in your entire career. Now you want to know why I didn't stick to the plan? Well, it's simple. I didn't think the three of you were competent enough to pull it off. So I took a risk, a big risk. But again, I ask you this, Nick, Kip, Shayna, what would you know about taking risks, huh? Sitting in the lap of luxury, riding my coattails while I made enemies left and right with the things that I said and did. In fact, there's probably a lineup out that door of people waiting to maim me for what I've done. As for you, Adam Copeland, I heard what you said out here a couple weeks ago when you reminded everybody of the things that I said and did to you. How I said I was going to snap your neck and make you a cripple and do it in front of your children with a smile on my face. How I said I was going to take extra special care of your wife when it happened. Even the things I said about your mother, but the question I have for you, Adam, were the things that I said really that bad? Because you're not going to come out here and act like you don't understand the game within the game now, do you? Huh? I mean, you yourself were an opportunist. You did some pretty unsavory things yourself to make it to the top, Adam. So maybe you should get off your high horse and look at it through that lens, because I'm pretty sure when you look at your bank account and the accomplishments hanging on your wall, your head risks. I'm conducting business. Your head rests pretty easily on your Alaskan king now, doesn't it? Now, as for the last time I saw you, Adam, you told me to go find myself. Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. But I do know this. You and I are so different. But somehow, Adam, somehow, we are the same.
Now, where does all this stand out with the patriarchy? Can you explain what's going on? You told me your feelings.
The patriarchy embarrassed me at All In when they left me laying, Tony. They decided they didn't need a patriarch anymore. And Nick even said that I'd passed my expiration date. And you're right about one thing, Shayna. I did have a hard time getting up that night. But trust me when I say I found myself in holes before in the past. Now, none of those holes were as deep or as gaping as the last time I was with you, but I always managed to claw my way out. Now, maybe you guys had a problem with the way that I ruled. Maybe you thought that I ruled with an iron fist, but the things that I said and did to you came from a place. They were a product of the scars of my past. The things that you are saying and doing come from a place of entitlement. The entitlement that I handed you. Now, Nick, you think you got a little success now, huh? You win yourself a championship and you think you got it all figured out. But let me ask you this, Nick.
How's it going to go when you have to show up and answer for all those things? What's going to happen when you have to show up and actually fight? Say what you want about Christian Cage, but when I show up, I always answer the bell for the things that I've said. Now, Nick and Kip and Shayna, especially you, Nick. I'm going to stand out here and I'm going to admit it right now. You have more talent than I do. You were the prodigy, and I did care about you. I protected you from everything. And you have the audacity to call yourself the new face of AEW now and forever. Well, trust me when I say this. You have every tool to be that, but you're going to have to go through Christian Cage to get there. Nick Wayne,
What if he runs
in your young
Lucha
life,
Dragon back?
you already have one dead father.
Huh? What if he? Oh, here we go
And now you
again.
have another father that's just dead to you. Because of this very moment, Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian, I disown you.
Okay, anyways, what if he brings back Luchasaurus?
all in Texas, Taz.
Well, that's right.
Sabian, Nick Wayne
Been on for a while.
Certainly had that upper hand on the picture. Oh, definitely they had enough of Christian. He's alive. Makes some kind of precedent.
Oh.
Kip Sabian trying to come from behind. Nick Wayne came flying in with that Ring of Honor Television Championship title belt. Christian Cage didn't see it coming. He never stood a chance. Nick saying, I disown
No
you.
Luchasaurus.
The chairs. Christian. Oh boy. Oh jeez. This is not good. Christian Cage rising up and a brutal concerto delivered by Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne.
I disown you, Christian. I turn my back on you.
Now, Christian Cage was out of action for 7 years. He's going to. Wow, look. Wow. We're going to have to get Christian Cage some medical attention. Fans, our program continues. Coming up next, the AEW World Championship title match. Everyone is banned from ringside when Jon Moxley challenges Hangman.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. I thought that title match was supposed to be the main event of the show.
I know, I did too.
From Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, the rematch for the AEW World Championship with everyone banned from ringside. And, just moments ago, we saw the disgusting attack by Nick Wayne. Kip Sabian, our AEW medical team, did escort Christian Cage to the back. If we receive any updates on his condition, we will pass them along. But right now, I understand FTR standing by in the back.
Last week on Dynamite, FTR did it again. They walked out of Chicago victorious, which means they are one step closer to those AEW World Tag Team Championships. And I have a message to a few people who work here. Adam Copeland, after what you did last week, you are banned tonight from the building. And if I had it my way, you'd be banned tomorrow night on Collision 2. Hurt Syndicate, I know you're watching. And let me just say, what you did last week was an act of cowardice. Everybody knows that if FTR was at 100%, they would have whooped your ass. And finally, Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, gang, gang, bang, gang. Let me just say, tomorrow night on Collision, the tag team semifinals, it is you two versus the greatest tag team alive today, FTR. And you're good, but you're not FTR.
Hey, guys. Hey, all-time friends. Yeah. Good to see you. Hey, look, guys. I want you guys to know that we're happy to see you guys got that win tonight. We're happy to see things coming up well for you. We're happy to see the Young Bucks get their grooves back.
Yeah, we're going to put the past behind us. We're going to pass the past, and I hope to see you guys in the finals.
All right. Maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Is he making that?
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck. Yeah, good luck, boys.
I have a quick question. Sure. You guys aren't the bosses anymore, right?
Yeah. Not technically.
Yeah, walk away.
Everybody here is so damn fickle, I swear to God.
Well, Collision coming up tomorrow night, special Thursday night Collision. It is the semifinals of the AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament. The Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn taking on Dax and Cash, FTR. But right now, it is time for something special. You see security around the perimeter of the ring. Everyone is banned from ringside for the rematch from All In Texas. Jon Moxley, Hangman and Page, Part 2.
This is awesome.
AEW World Championship right now.
Hope for this, Shivani. I'm telling you, this is a match, as fans, you know, was at All In, our biggest event of the year. It was a Texas death match, and now here, just weeks later, the world title will be decided once again between the champion and the man who just had the title about a month ago.
Yeah, and it was in Texas. That Texas death match, Excalibur, was very intense, very violent. We're in Chicago tonight, and right now, live on Dynamite for the world title. That's the challenger. You know, he wants that championship back. Chicago, historically, has been an important city for Jon Moxley. He's won multiple championships in this area. Can he do it again here tonight? If he is going to do it, they'll do it alone. Exactly my thoughts, Taz. But it was Moxley, the words delivered to Hangman Adam Page, saying, sure, you beat me in Texas. You were the better man that night. But can you do it again? Because being a world champion, being a fighting champion, means you have to get up and do it over and over again. Is Hangman Adam Page prepared? Is he capable of doing that? Or will Moxley return his death grip around the throat of AEW tonight?
A lot of good questions. I always thought Hangman is prepared. There's no place he was prepared at all in. Ironically enough, you talk about Jon Moxley and how he is down here in Chicago. His first title reign began in Chicago back in 2022 when he beat Chris Jericho at Revolution.
2020 Revolution. The Wintrust Arena.
Right. It's going to be tough goings for that man right here. I'm telling you right now, I feel Hangman is going to hold on to that AEW World Championship with a death grip. And that's what it's going to take from the leader of the Death Riders to snap that grip of Hangman Page.
But I mean, think back to when he defeated Bryan Danielson, when he ended Bryan Danielson's full-time in-ring career to win the World Championship for a record-setting fourth time. This entire reign has been just pockmarked with the Death Riders interfering to bail Jon Moxley out. Hangman Adam Page, Sunset Champ, in his second reign as AEW World Champion, looking to make his first defense here tonight. But it could, Tony, end up being a very short reign for the Hangman.
There's no question. When you got Jon Moxley wrestling for a world title as the challenge, there's no question about that. Fans, this world title match, we're going to decide what's going on here in the world title scene tonight. That means we're going to stick with this match as long as it takes. You know, we got other matches scheduled, but we're going to stay with us.
And to make it all official, let's head to the ring where the Denver Everett, Justin Roberts, is standing by.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall is for the AEW World Championship. Everyone is banned from ringside. Introducing the challenger from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 231 pounds, and his opponent from Adamsville, Virginia, weighing 229 pounds. He is the reigning and defending AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page.
No surprise.
Like,
the fan favorite here
in
in
your
Chicago
reaction,
is.
why do you think I'm like zoomed out?
It is the champion, Hangman Adam Page. Referee Paul
Like, do I have like
on the
this
assignment.
deep hypnotic stare or
The
something?
exception of looking down at the belt when he gave it to Paul Turner, Hangman did not take his eyes off of John Moxley the entire way during those introductions.
Big fight feel right now. Here we go. It's always special times when we have an AEW World Championship title match live on Dynamite. Tonight is no exception. Loads of disdain and hate between these two athletes. And are you surprised, Taz, by the seemingly tentative start after what we witnessed just a few weeks back in the Texas Death Match?
No, I'm not surprised. I get what you're saying, but I'm not surprised. They're both tacticians. They understand you rush into something the wrong way, and it could be a catastrophic, for Hangman to drop the title, or, for Moxley not to win the title. So you don't want to jump into nothing.
Yeah, they've been here before, Taz.
Yeah, no, they have. They both have. Moxley coming in. The heavy shot, but Hangman returning fire, and now they're pouring it on. He's whooping his ass right there. A lot of shots to the side of the head. That'll knock you loopy.
Moxley pulled himself right back up quickly.
Yeah, you catch those many shots along the jaw, though, you're definitely going to feel it. Maybe not. That shot.
Hangman a little high on the throat. But if it affected Hangman, he's not showing it. These two men teeing off on one another, center of the ring.
Both athletes, heavy-handed, heavy hitters. And you see them.
This is the sixth one-on-one match between Hangman Page and John Moxley. Hangman getting the better of the challenger, 3-2, and the challenger there digging his teeth into the head of the champion.
Challenger was done playing fair.
Moxley ran into the waiting boot of Hangman Page. Second time, Moxley turned around and look at that. He's going to choke him out here. Give the lips, referee call for the break. John Moxley, he was trying to get some separation from Moxley from the arm across his esophagus, reminiscent of their clashes in the Texas Death Match when Hangman Page wrapped the chain all around the throat of John Moxley, and now Moxley sent over the timekeeper's table. Hangman Page battering him.
One thing the Hangman did not do is let his temper get the best of him here. He could slip up.
Oh, Shirati, you're right about that.
Yeah, Hangman, I think the more emotional of the two competitors, at least more willing to show his emotion, wear his heart on his sleeve.
Now, the referee doing the right thing. This is for the world championship. A former champion, the current champion. He's letting these guys fight. He's letting them fight on the outside. Do what you got to do to get a real clean winner here. You're right, Taz. Oh, and it's one-on-one the way it
Sliding Barry, the leg is hooked. And remember there, everyone is banned from ringside. Tony, that's what you need, one-on-one. We have the security guards surrounding the perimeter. They are watching each and every entrance to the arena to make sure that the death riders, make sure no one comes to ringside.
Well-placed elbow right to the back of the head by Hangman.
Hammer throw into the ropes. Hangman telegraphed it though, and Moxley, via a handful of hair, better the champion in that exchange, then follows it up with the German suplex. This German suplex there, well done by Moxley. Hangman landed high and tight. That'll make you a little dizzy on that landing.
Look, you got notice that one shot you could see in the left forehead of John Moxley where that fork was placed. And opened him up. It was watched, but it's graphic, gross, and when that happened in Texas.
The head of John Moxley punctured like a pincushion. But now Moxley, just solid right hands driven to Hangman's head. And nothing fancy there. Now trying his knuckle into maybe trying to open up that wound. It's a smart thing to do. This is a fight. This is for the World Championship. Yeah, Moxley wants it back. Sorry. World Championship on the line. Here tonight, live on Dynamite. Everyone is banned from ringside. John Moxley looking for the cover there, but Hangman Adam Page, the world champion, able to. This rematch from All In Texas. You hear the refrain from the crowd. You tapped out. That's what John Moxley did. That unforgettable look of panic on the face of John Moxley with a chain wrapped around his throat. He tapped out. And that was the changing of the guard. That was how Hangman Adam Page won the AEW World Championship. He had no choice, Moxley, but to tap out. He had to tap out. There's another German coming here. But you know, if you are Moxley here in Chicago tonight in this battle to try to get back your title, you cannot let these people, these fans in this arena, affect you mentally when they chant stuff like that.
Terrence, you're right. Who wouldn't tap out with that chain around their neck, being hanged over the top rope?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I get it. He needs to focus. And he knows his opponent has a high tolerance for pain. They both prove that.
They both do.
All in.
Oh, you're right. They both do. Tonight, it's all about who's the better man, who is able to get it done inside the ring, who is able to be the standard bearer for AEW. Well, that's the third German suplex, I believe, by Moxley. He's coming to watch out. Follows up Larry, then corner short arm Larry, and attack a fall from him. Oh, Hangman finds his feet. Rolling elbow strike, and he put everything into that one, did Hangman. Hangman countered and flipped his feet on that release German, but I do think the top of his head might have broke the mat a little bit, which they see clutching the back of his neck. Some say, yeah, let's take a look here. See right there, I do think the top of his head in that flip in the air kind of dinged up his head a little bit, but Hangman looks good. The champ is rolling. Hangman, fallaway slam. Moxley out to the apron. And Hangman taking a moment to compose himself. Maybe a little more dinged up than he wants to let on, but he springs to his feet. Pretty good. That was a perfect give up right there. And Hangman coming in for the Larry. Moxley saw it coming, but he didn't see the comebacker coming.
Hey, Moxley lured him in that time, and then the second blow got Moxley.
Hangman, 230 pounds, crashing down on the challenger, John Moxley. Then on his feet, but took out the challenger. And it feels weird, Taz, to say it after all this time. The challenger, John Moxley. I understand what you're saying. I like hearing him as a challenger. The valley driver, center of the ring. Me personally, I do. Oh, nice Kimura right there. Double wrist lock Kimura, whatever you'd like to call it. That's what that is. Yeah. Moxley caught Hangman Adam Page, taking a breath, taking a moment to compose himself, and Moxley just snatching that double wrist lock and now driving the elbows in the back of the head. He's got 5 seconds hanging to the rope. Ref was counting, but watch out. Hangman, the power, the cover. And Moxley able to kick out.
Great job, Moxley, just rolling out of the ring, buying himself some time.
Yeah, he's got to, Shivani. He's getting out of bounds because he's banged up.
Yeah, he's hurt. You're right.
So he's a veteran. Moxley, so he understands. Sometimes you got to go out of bounds as long as you can.
There you go again. They're just outside. So many dangerous things can happen.
Moxley got the eyes and sending Hangman hard into those steel ring steps.
Oh my God, he's not done, guys.
Moxley will do some devastating stuff. He's a ruthless competitor. So is Hangman Adam Page, though. But right now, Moxley, oh God. Oh no.
Moxley gonna break his neck. Oh, she's done. Driver on the steps. If Mox can get Hangman in the ring, we'll have a new champion. Fans, this AEW World Championship match. This World Championship match, Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley continues live on Dynamite. Don't go anywhere.
Thursday, Collision is on a special night. I want my shot! The Proto Store Kyle Fletcher challenges Dustin Rhodes for the TNT Championship.
In a Chicago street fight.
AEW
energy from whole grains for
They should have just saved that match for the main event.
I know.
AEW Dynamite live on TBS and HBO Max. The AEW World Championship match is underway, and that has been the final break of this match. We are going to stick with this to its conclusion. Hangman Adam Page currently caught in the grip of the challenger, Jon Moxley.
Yeah, and riding him right now. He's going to clasp both hands of the champion. A tough hold to get
I'm
out
gonna
of while
take my
he's sitting on
cup
his
to
lower
the
back.
kitchen.
Okay.
Hangman,
I'll
the
be
straight
back.
jacket.
Full year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if their mom's medicine at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Today on the TMZ Podcast. Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. Jason and Jamie here. Jamie, before we get going with Michael Irvin and all the other things we want to talk about, first a big shout out to Lindsay Lohan.
Yay! Yes, she announced that she is having her first baby with her husband. Super exciting. Such like a proud mama moment. I feel like for me, you know, we've been at TMZ a long time. We've seen the journey.
She's on the Mount Rushmore of TMZ celebs that we've covered.
Absolutely a founding father of TMZ. It's just amazing that, you know, her life's together. She's back acting. She's happily married, and
Yes.
now a baby. So good for her.
Yeah, it's cool. It's tempting for me as a skeptic and a cynic to sort of say we cheered when Britt were on during this conversation. For what it's worth, and it's not worth much, he's a single man. He's not married. We don't know her status. So there's no adultery here. It's clear to me, I think objectively speaking, that he is hitting on her, but that's okay. What's not okay is if he touched her without her consent or made these vulgar remarks to her. You walk away from this video, you look at this video, wanting to be with him, he sort of blows her off, and she is now getting
the attorney thought.
Yeah, so it pains me to hear you say this because I hate the fact that I see things from a male perspective, and maybe I'm not able to see it from a woman's perspective. But I just look at the video differently than you do.
Yeah.
We see all the same things happening. I don't see her back off uncomfortable.
See, that's because she's doing it in girl code.
Yeah, no.
She's being as polite as she can be. She's a hotel worker. This is a very famous man.
Was cited to the one-offs where one of the 100 a woman is telling the truth about things like this. I guess it's possible it's that he made it up, but more likely than not, it's true that he said that to her. Now, is it actionable?
That's
Yeah.
and I
Well,
seems like she's okay.
Yeah. Well, and to your point, I mean, I'm not sure his life is ruined, but he was fired, if not fired, at least sort of indefinitely suspended from his job.
A pinch of Sicilian salt and the sparkle of the Italian sun.
We saw new images of them from Costa Rica once again. No kids in sight. The two of them together out doing their
walking dogs.
Shirtless. Good God, they're handsome people.
Yes, they are.
When you go before that, these most recent images came out, were you convinced they were shedding?
I just kind of sat back and was like, sure, whatever you want, Giselle, whatever makes it feel good. And then it was like, oh no, we're just friends.
Yeah,
Then
maybe
there
I
was horseback riding,
Yeah.
and then there was beach and rock
But
throwing.
the
And
kids were always around, and I just always justified it to some degree. As, he just takes it.
I mean, does he not have a job? Like, he's spending a lot, but I'm saying he's spending a lot of time in Costa Rica and he's not.
Well, really wealthy people have these kind of folks at Rebecca Hall and that kind of thing. But now they're there together. There's no kids in sight.
They're
no kids in sight. The two of them together out doing their
walking dogs.
Shirtless. Good God, they're handsome people. When you go before, all right, one last note before we go. We've heard a lot of complaints that we do not have video on YouTube these days with the podcast. We're getting a new studio. It's very exciting. Jamie, have you seen it?
No,
Oh,
I haven't, but I'm
there's-
excited to get out of this.
There's brick. There's library shelves. It looks.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adult.
Is in tight by Moxley. But Hangman making his way up to his feet, Tony.
Well, Hangman is just an open target right now. Just an open target. Yes, no defense. Couldn't even get the hands up on that, Excalibur. Look at this. And again, Taz, there's no defense right here. He's getting these round kicks right to the chest. It's like though Hangman's starting to get a little frustrated with this beatdown. Maybe get ready to key up a little bit here, possibly. Yeah, the eyes are widening, jaw's getting set. He's getting a lot of blows though.
Moxley driving that elbow to the crown of the head. And now taking a step back.
There you go.
Hangman intercepts the boot of the challenger. Rolling elbow strike. Moxley returns fire. Hangman making a good accounting of himself in this exchange, but think about how much punishment he's already endured, Taz.
Absolutely. But it seems like the momentum is towards the champ right now. Oh, it's getting big again.
Until Jon Moxley. It's a good begin ripping at the flex. Hangman Page swinging a miss by Moxley. The boot didn't miss. And to the backdrop suplex.
Well, Moxley popped right back up. He had a suplex, momentum, gets Moxley's feet with a raise, and he eats a strong clothesline.
But you see how slow Hangman Adam Page is to capitalize on that. I think that is thanks in large part to the power driver on the steel steps.
I think you're right, but Hangman not going to the apron. Maybe, I don't know, he might be thinking, you know what here, a little buckshot. Why not? If he's in position, he need work during the match. Why not try it? Oh, Moxley, oh, good God.
Jon Moxley comes.
He's out of his mind.
Our announce desk just wiped out as Moxley and Hangman.
The bad intentions in the mind of the challenger right now. He's in the proverbial catbird seat right here, bro.
Jon Moxley with Hangman Page. Oh, wait, Hangman.
What the hell?
The Deadeye on the announce desk. Referee Paul Turner waving off the medical staff.
That's the counter of counters. Excalibur. What a counter by the champion.
He's taking a look at it. Look at that. I don't know if you noticed it, but I looked up at Hangman Adams Page, and yeah, the top of his head is bleeding, I think, from that pile driver on the steps. But now, Hangman answering that pile driver with the Deadeye on our very own announce desk.
Yeah. Well, the blood on top of the head, you're right. It's kind of tough. Oh, there's a little
Cover to Moxley. Able to kick out.
What about that blood on top of his head? Because it's tough for the cameras to pick up all the hair on the head of Hangman, but there was definitely blood that's got we were both sure.
And now Moxley rising to his feet, though. Hangman Adam Page with the advantage. Hangman looking for something, but Moxley able to counter out at the back elbow. Uh-oh. Catches Moxley, and Moxley catches Hangman now. Storm power driver, shooting the ring. Moxley able to kick out.
No wasted motion by the champion. After Mox kick out, boom, ground and pound city right there by the champion. I don't think anybody is surprised by this violence that we are seeing. Well, this is the World Championship, somebody, as you know how vital that is, right? Big deal here. You don't see this much on free TV. I mean, this is an opportunity for Mox just reach after he lost the title to gain it back. And these guys are leaving it all in the ring for sure and out of the ring.
Hangman.
Also, John Moxley, looks like his playbook here. He starts ahead and I think it's not out of the playbook of John Moxley, it's the playbook. Brian Danielson, checking right into Moxley. Bulldog Milk here. He knew what was coming. He knew that was out of the Brian Danielson playbook.
Yeah, Hangman took just a moment too long as now Moxley transitioning. He's got Hangman completely flattened out, Taz.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to keep your hip driving into the mat. If you're Moxley, perfect footwork by Mox and that tight S grip around the throat. Hangman's got to try and get some separation between the arm and his throat.
Again, roll there. And now, even further from the ropes, Hangman finds himself.
And again, roll was well done. Excellent transition by the former champion.
And you can see, just looking at the chest, the abdomen of Hangman Adam Page, he is heaving for breath as it leaves his body because that bulldog cinched in. But now, oh wait, Hangman! Maybe take a dead eye, but no, transitions around.
He's got wrist control, which will help control that whole body of the oh man, that's a tight lock. Whoa! Look out for Moxley. They are right in the dead center of the ring. He's fixing to separate his shoulder. Strong grip across the jawline by the champion.
Yeah, another reference to the former champion, the man that John Moxley defeated to win the AEW World Championship last October, the American Dragon, Brian Danielson. And, Moxley, I thought that was a tap, but no.
Referee again having a lap. He's got to get to the ropes, Excalibur. He's got to. Using the legs now. There you go. He'll get there, I think.
Yeah, Moxley extends the boot to get on the bottom rope, forcing the break of the hold by Hangman Adam Page.
But Hangman has undergone so much punishment, you would think with Moxley, he could maybe drag him back in, stomp him, but he can't even get up to do that. Kind of think it's 50-50 shitty. I think both of them are really
Since it started over the show.
And it shows you how vital, how important, how precious the AEW World Championship is to both these men.
Yeah, I think the Deadeye on the announce desk may have been the game changer in this match. And Hangman, I think he felt that he was looking for another Deadeye, but Moxley once again digging his fingers into the flesh.
Pile driver on the apron. Second pile driver, Tad. Neither of them have been in the ring. Yeah, on the apron, which is hot as hell. Earlier on the steel steps. Whoa. And like Excalibur and I noticed earlier by this announce desk, there is an open wound on top of the skull of Hangman. But his neck has to be freaking shot right now, to be honest with you.
It's Hangman Page being dragged back into the ring by Moxley. Moxley, maybe another pile driver in the ring.
Oh, God, no.
Could begin the fifth reign of John Moxley as AEW World Champion. Gut style pile driver, Moxley.
That'll be it. He's going to win the title right here.
1, 2, 3, no!
And that is a lot of fortitude by the world champion. Hangman Adam Page showing nothing but heart on that kick out. Now stop pile driver. Right on top of the head. Right on top of the head. You are right. You can see it clearly. Third pile driver, I believe.
That's why he goes now for that.
Yeah, correct.
Huh?
No, Moxley will do it again. He gets a chance. He may try it right here. I don't blame him. You know, he wants that world title back, Excalibur. I don't blame him.
It's a solid game plan. Another pile driver. It's clear that the neck of Hangman Page is compromised, but Moxley, maybe think a paradigm shift, could have been a Death Rider. We'll never know because Hangman.
Go a little left hook right there. We think it affects the challenger. Feels like Mox is kind of playing with him a little bit. But I don't know if I do that with Hangman.
Yeah, some ineffective overhanded shots from Hangman, but now both champion and challenger laying in some heavy elbows. That's Moxley. Why is he waking up Hangman? What is Mox nuts? Maybe it's wants a fight. I can't explain it. Moxley finds his footing on the apron, the high boot. Catches the challenger, drives it to the outside. Now Hangman. Oh, Hangman, this is a very big risk to take. Oh, do it, Hangman.
See, Schmaltz right there, the champion, getting the challenger back in the ring, but I don't know if Mox knows that he's on his feet. He might be out on his feet. Do you notice that? Hangman, though, on the moonsault, when he came down, he knocked the back of his head against the barricade. The ropes were just holding Moxley up. That's Hangman. Oh, God. Box him out. You know what I mean? Nice weave through count. Another one. Oh, Paul Turner goes down, but the Deadeye lands. The ref got inadvertently kicked.
Oh, we're not going to do this again, are we?
What the hell?
Jesus Christ.
That was key. It was inadvertent. The referee got clipped by the leg. The ball of John Moxley. There was enough to drop him. Wait a second. Wheeler Yuta clubbing his Wheeler from ringside. Much better from ringside, but there's no ref now. Right. And security guards. Shafir. I think it was a smoke screen. Security at the back turn. Oh, God. You're kidding me. Not like this.
Kick out. Sweet. Sweet. Let's go.
Oh, no, don't get in the break face, because that's where you'll get disqualified.
The diversion by the Death Riders. The assistant.
And Adam Page said to your guys and his friends that everybody is banned from ringside.
Backfired. Distraction backfired.
Scratch has backfired. Is right.
Please be careful here. Security guards. Do that job and get that hell out of here. Seriously enough. John Moxley.
Okay, so why is Page just standing there? Why doesn't he come in and
Death Riders being ushered out.
come up behind
Security detail. Yeah, well, that's good. Let them get out of here, all of them. Muscle around security. These guys just take the.
Damn on a donut hole. That's Darby.
That's Darby.
Oh God, that's Darby. Darby Allin has returned to AEW. And good God Almighty, that's what happened.
Say goodnight. Boom.
Fuck you, man. Hangman went bang, man. Oh, fuck no. No. Get back up. Get back up. There you go. Yes, sir. You asshole.
Come on, Paige.
God, what are you doing?
You had your opportunity.
Oh my God. No, don't be stupid. Thank God. No, see, I didn't want Moxley to win it back. Because then there would have been rematch after rematch after rematch. And that gets boring. That gets old. Remember in WWE? Like Chris Shields and Randy Orton
have rematch after rematch after rematch and traded the belt back and forth. I stopped watching for a few months because it was boring after that.
More up battle, Shivani. What a match. That was friggin' intense. Holy cow. They brought it, there's no doubt. Glad to see Darby get involved to clear out members of the Death Riders. That's one way to put it.
And John Moxley assisted put through Hangman to hell.
Steel ring steps. But Moxley, he was going for too much, hanging out Page, able to counter. Yeah, landed the dead eye. Oh my God, it was a crazy counter right here on desk. Continue to break the death. This is where things took a real turn of the match. Excalibur right here. Hangman looking for that dead eye. Referee Paul Turner inadvertently clipped and with the referee down. The Death Riders took advantage. You see the diversionary tactic there by William Claudio Castiglione and Marina Shafir. And after the title belt, yeah, they had a great game play. Watch this shot. Wham! Right in the face of the champion. But somehow, some way, Hangman Adam Page kicks out. Watch this. 1, 2, and he gets it up. Bam! I couldn't believe it. Right, it's a champion. John Moxley, he questioned whether Hangman Adam Page could do it again and again. He did it in Texas. And there we see Darby Allin risking life and limb the leap from the balcony. And back in the ring, Hangman Adam Page escapes the grip of his challenger. As Moxley was looking for the final statement, the dead eye though. And then a second buckshot lariat in the first defense of his second reign as AEW World Champion. Hangman Adam Page victorious tonight in Chicago. A great battle for sure between those two athletes. Congratulations to Hangman Adam Page with an emphatic victory. Shivani. Unbelievable. What a champion. What a representative of this company. But fans, this was our only big title match this week. Tomorrow night on a special Thursday night collision is the Chicago Street Fight for the TNT Championship. But Dustin, the roll-up, oh my goodness! For the first.
You know what could have happened if Moxley gets the title back? I might have to stop watching wrestling
high
again.
or super not, it's Pedialyte, the #1 doctor recommended brand for.
The soap is impeccable. The deodorant is impressive. The body wash ferocious. Get Dr. Squash your heart. Buy Dr. Squash for your skin. Just go online at drsquash.com. Feel like a man, smell like a champion. Who's bad?
You want to work at a bank? Why not? You robbed us 3 times.
That match was crazy. I honestly, I thought
We are watching San Andreas. Oh my God. The Rock is my emergency.
Don't call our families, call The Rock.
On Friday Night Vibes, Friday at 8 on TBS.
honestly, I thought that Dave and Moxley were going to take a turn for
AEW Men's World Championship. And now, a match with major ramifications for the AEW Women's World Championship.
It's the tag team bout Samoa Paul. The team of Billy Starks and the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the Falling Goddess, Athena.
Athena and Billy Starks this past Saturday at Collision, Tony. After Athena successfully retained the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship against Alex Windsor, it was a 2-on-1 beatdown. Didn't take long for the World Champion now, Tony Stark to come in with that Bill Sprints. Oh, she suffered part of blow as well. That was a wild brawl that took us off the air
Saturday night at Collision, and that is how we got to this big tag team match here tonight on Dynamite.
And their opponents first, from Norwich, England, Alex Windsor.
As the limited time Alex Windsor has spent inside an AEW and Ring of Honor ring, she has made a very impressive accounting of herself. She's a tough customer for sure. Talented. And speaking of talented,
There is the Marilyn Monroe WWE AEW.
Brothers Studios. She is the AEW Women's World Champion. Timeless. Totally.
The fans just absolutely adore Timeless Tony Storm. And why not? What if you
Yep.
brings them down back to the 1920 era? You know, when you were in high school, Siobhan, it brings people back to that time, my friend. I remember junior high very well.
fans that you see them on the screen, and it's those big other guys at Shop AEW featuring Timeless Tony Storm, the iconic Surfer Stan, Will Ospreay, and the still AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page. You can collect them all now exclusively at shopaew.com.
I like this team of Windsor and Storm. I do. I think they work really well.
Timeless Tony Storm finding herself a little thin on the bench, so to speak. Mina Shirakawa, of course, injured in the Women's Casino Gauntlet match back at All in Texas. Luther injured. I believe the technical term is the bottom fell out.
Oh, the bottom fell out. Gotta get that adjusted.
Yeah. So I need one of those bags, that velocity bag. That's what it is. Good.
Well, we wish you the best.
Anyway, Alex Windsor, Athena picking up right where they left off this past Saturday night at Collision. Windsor really put the Sub-Style Forever champion of Ring of Honor.
I see the test from the hammerlock. See that? Nice takedown back. There's only one thing, Ted. I think that's wrong with Athena is that she's too full of herself. No denying her talent. The numbers like to talk about are great. But Betty, does she believe it?
Almost. Well, she does. You're right, Shivani. She does, but I mean, I do think that's what drives Athena. You know what I mean? Well, that ego. I think it does. And Athena has been unstoppable as Ring of Honor Women's World Champion for the 2 years as champion, the longest reign champion in any division in Ring of Honor history. And now with that contract to challenge the AEW Women's World Championship anytime she wants, but Billy Stark, Athena got protege into action.
Yeah, she went for a handshake with the left hand, which never can trust anyone that's left-handed with a shake. But nice side headlock takedown by Storm. I like how Athena avoided Tony Storm and made the tag and stayed away from her right there.
Billy Stark sets Storm into the rope shoulder tackle. Drops Billy Stark, changes direction, and a drop kick delivered by the AEW Women's World Champion. Tony Storm, backbreaker.
You notice how Storm did that backbreaker in towards where Alex is, the corner, you know, which was smart.
Windsor sent in the lariat. It comes. Timeless Tony Storm, the back elbow.
Dancing, march, dancing, kicks. I like it. Oh, Athena! I think I've never seen that, but I think it was great.
Athena trying to sneak in from behind. Alex Windsor, Tony Storm heard the footsteps. And now the foot of Alex Windsor being driven into Billy Stark.
Well, Ted, you mentioned you like this team. There's something about them. They're showing us why.
Yeah, no, I just had a good feeling about them working as a cohesive unit. Good job right there. That starts Billy hanging on to that rope. Starks holding on tight to the rope, sent to the outside. Windsor, Windsor. Starks all the way in it, the DDT.
Oh, God, that was heavy.
Planting Billy Starks. The far leg is hooking Athena.
She had to make that save, dude. She had to, Athena, because I do think Starks, she's landing really hard on her head.
Oh!
How about the communication?
Yeah, Athena baiting in. Tony
Tony Storm for Billy Starks. Wait a second, Alex Windsor throwing herself at Athena. Athena was celebrating with Billy, and then Alex said, not so quick. Alex does a lot of great things in the ring, man. Outside the ring.
Excellent heavy hitter right there. Alex Windsor bringing those forearm shots.
Hammer throw reversed by Billy Starks. Windsor coming out of the corner. Double leg on the run. Double leg, and now Billy Starks, the catapult. And Athena, the spine buster. As this tag team match continues. Live on Dynamite, streaming on HBO Max and TBS.
What do you get when you mix a banana, a firefighter, a tailgate, and baseball? And put banana ball on True TV. Banana ball on True TV. Presented by Tropical Smoothie.
I'm gonna go put the dishes up. I'll be right back.
Welcome to season 12.
Folks with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. Derek and Eric here. How you doing, Eric?
Good. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing better. More information has come in about Ariana Madix. She's finally broken her silence over the Sandoval. So, listen, everyone knows where we are at this point. Tom Sandoval was in a relationship with her for a number of years.
Like 10 years, wasn't it?
Almost 10 years, 9 or 10 years. They then broke up, and, he has been apologizing because he cheated on her allegedly for the last 8 months with a woman named Raquel.
They're
Also
friends.
on Vanderpump
A
Rules.
friend of both of them.
A friend of both of them and a close friend of Ariana. So Ariana, though, who is the cheated upon partner in this whole saga, now said something. So Tom has apologized. Raquel has apologized for her role, and everyone wants to hear from the broken-hearted Ariana. Well, now you've heard. She went on Instagram and she released a statement, which is how these things are done these days. This is what Tom did. He released like a 3 or 4 paragraph statement about how.
Yeah, blocking text on Instagram is the way to go.
Right. So we can't read her emotions, but here's what it says. It says, to say I've been devastated and broken is an understatement. However, I know that I'm not in this alone. So many of my closest friends are also grieving this loss right now and reeling from this betrayal on so many levels. I am so effing lucky to have the best support system in the world, and I hope I can repay every single person for the love you have shown me. Now, here's the kicker.
Yeah.
The coda to all this, she said, what doesn't kill me better run. Love, Ariana. So obviously riffing on what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Right. Puts it into a mode of vengeance. Yeah, I mean that's an open thread. I don't know any other way to read that is she's kind of out for blood. They got a reunion show coming up. I think she's gonna not go quietly to that good night.
Absolutely. Well, first, I love. I mean, I guess they're reality show people, so we should expect it. But how dramatic this is!
They're lost.
Yeah, it's a 10-year relationship. He cheated. That is, that's awful. But that she's broken and it's grieving this loss, like some tremendous, like her whole family got wiped out or something.
Yes. It does sound like a war torn, like
it's like a dispatch from Ukraine right now or something. Yes. It is a little threatening. Do you think it's toward Tom or Raquel or both of them?
That's the question. So I read this as towards Raquel. I read it as you have spurned me. You were supposed to be my friend. Men are, this is sort of my reading is, Tom, a lot of people have said is sort of a classic narcissist, and Raquel was someone who stroked his ego. He has this band where they wear secret pants. I think his backup singers are called the Most Extras. And Ariana has been painted as this character who is like, I'm with Tom, and I find him a little ridiculous, and I'm not going to stroke his ego. We're on equal footing, and he obviously went towards someone who made him feel big and important in a way. And that's the way this has been painted by the friends. And so she's saying, it sounds to me like she's saying, the person I can destroy in all this is the other woman.
Well, of course, and then so you know more about the tiger because you're a big fan of the show. Raquel was a fan of the show originally, right?
Yeah.
It's been on for a long time. So she sort of came in like, a little starry-eyed. And so definitely Ariana has that power over her. So, the you better run kind of thing could be like a physical threat sort of implied, or is it more of like a you have to lead the show because it's our show, we were here first, you're done?
Yeah, I think it's a little of the latter. It's a little of how dare you? You're this fangirl. We opened up our arms to you. I made you a friend of mine. I'm one of the originals on this show. How dare you treat me like this and stab me in the back? You would be nothing. You wouldn't be on Vanderpump Rules. You wouldn't get to play in this sandbox with us. So that's
the Sandoval box.
Right, exactly, the Sandoval box. But I think Tom is also an OG, so she can't really do much. Tom is going to have his supporters. He's got Tom Schwartz. He's got business opportunities. He's a very big deal in the Vanderpump.
Well, and viewers are invested in his story and Ariana's story. If Raquel leaves the show, is it any great loss to Vanderpump Rules or any of the shows?
I think that's right. If you think of Raquel, she is a newcomer once the series was already a juggernaut, but she's not the one who built it. I mean,
if you're in casting, you're going to get rid of one of this trio. It's not going to be Tom or Ariana.
Look, I think from Andy Cohen's perspective, they're all very important now. So if you're just the producer of this show, you're looking at this and saying, there's no one I want to kick off. I love all this drama. I love all this friction. However, you're right. If Ariana goes to Andy Cohen and says, I'm out unless you get rid of Ariana, I think she has less leverage to stay on the show as a permanent fixture than someone like Ariana.
And this is the thing with Housewives that, you want drama and you want the friction between the personalities, but when the clashes get to the point that people aren't speaking to each other anymore, then it's not good TV.
Then it hurts. Exactly. Everything sort of crosses a line. You want the friction of table flipping, wine throwing. The Real Housewives do this as well. And when Nene Leakes and sort of Kim Zolciak, when they get too far that they just sort of turn their backs to each other on a reunion show and don't make eye contact.
That's bad television.
That's bad television. So you need the frisson of sort of conflict, but you can't have absolute cold iciness because it just doesn't play. You need to have people not liking each other and hurling insults, not just sort of hunkering down in their own silos. This happened with Lisa Rinna recently. If you burn enough bridges, no one is there on the reunion show or during the season to defend you, and you need battle lines drawn, and you need support on both sides to have real conflict.
Well, and that's the thing, like if they, when the Vanderpump cast comes back together, no one's going to be on Raquel's side.
That's the thing that I'm waiting on. And this is someone willing to be the heel who says
no,
Raquel didn't do it. So I've sort of posited this in some ways. I think the relationship between Ariana and Raquel was somewhat like we've alluded to, not maternal, but hey, come into the fold, you're the newbie, and I want to make you feel welcome on this new show. We have all these great friendships, but I'm going to open my arms to you and allow you to be a friend. And Raquel is just sort of wide-eyed. She's sort of trying to experience everything. She doesn't owe any real loyalties. Their friendship can only be so deep. Everyone is painting Raquel as Ariana's best friend. I don't see the relationship that way. I see her as someone who's trying to help this girl along and get her sort of integrated into the group. And Raquel felt like she was allowed to sort of roam around the group and hook up with who she may. If you're going to let me in the group.
All right, I thought you were John.
She hook up with like 4 guys in the show?
Yeah, she kissed Tom.
Or not hooked up, but there's been some commingling between her and a lot of the guys in the show.
Yes, there are a couple comminglings, but the hierarchy, it seems the focus has been lost because she seems like this spider woman or something. The real bad guy in all of this to me is Tom Sandoval, and we lose that focus when we start to shift some of our ire towards someone like Raquel, who yes played a significant role, yes had a friendship with Ariana, but Tom Sandoval had a 9-year relationship that he then just tossed to the side. I mean, if you're going to be mad at someone, you can only reserve so much anger. Shouldn't 80% of it be directed towards Tom, and then someone can come up and say this in Raquel's defense?
And it wasn't even like, it wasn't like they hooked up. It wasn't like, we got drunk and like slept together or something.
Got the dishes done.
Dating relationship for 6 months?
They seem to like each other. I mean, it's more like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, which originally everyone said, oh, how could you do this to Jennifer Aniston? But they ended up getting married and starting an entire family. At some point, if they stay together,
Right.
A type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own, but for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Hey girl.
Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination.
Tag team action continues live tonight on Dynamite. Alex Windsor trying to extricate herself from the corner of Athena and Billy Starks are right now a pitched battle for the AEW newcomer Windsor. She desperately needs to make a tag to the AEW Women's World Champion title, Tony Storm.
Tags, Billy Starks tagged herself in. She's legal. Oh my God, they got bad intentions.
Oh my, oh! Holy smokes. Great tandem offense there. Oh, by Athena and Billy Starks as
Tony Storm. Once again, the diversionary tactic. Look at this.
And while the referee's back is turned, Athena and Starks taking advantage of the situation. Here we take another look at this pass.
That stop right on the gun and that sit out by Athena. Alex Windsor just getting a plethora of pain put on her. Something very, very sadistic about Billy Starks.
What a twisted young lady. But the thing about Billy Starks, she wasn't always like this. It's because the influence of Athena. Oh, that headbutt there by Alex Windsor landed flush on the jaw of Starks. A smart idea by Alex, but she's got to try to get to Tony Storm. Ooh. And Athena. Oh, Athena is trying to drag Windsor over the corner. Oh, that time, nobody home.
Oh boy, Windsor just reaching, cut off the pass, so to speak.
Athena trying to drag Windsor back. And look at this. Billy Starks pulling. Time was to Storm off the apron. And now Windsor.
Back of the night, it's smart strategy. It's good by Billy Starks, smart what she did there.
But Windsor, don't count her out yet. Now following Athena, closing the corner.
Yeah, she's mounted a comeback here, but it's been all Athena and Billy Starks thus far.
Windsor on the move, the misdirected, throwing her whole body into the lariat.
Several misdirections by Windsor. That was smart. Athena had no idea where she was coming from. But there's no one in. I mean, Tony Storm is down, so Windsor's got to try and keep this going because Tony's still down.
Oh, Windsor the Liger Bomb, center of the ring. Billy Starks there to intervene. Ooh,
Well, the world champions come back.
Athena plants down. Timeless Tony Storm turns her attention to Windsor, but Windsor answers with a discus lariat. Windsor makes the cover. Billy Starks makes the break. They sent on Atomico.
Definitely not. That's Shivani. That's not your basic save right there. Oh, it's not. Impressive by stuff. You're not getting one hell of a move. Now the champion's ready to get the tag in, but can Alex Windsor get there?
Alex Windsor, she's been stymied multiple times when attempting to make the tag, but not this time. We'll go. In comes Tony Storm. Series of drop kicks. Starks the hip attack for Athena, and now big Mark Golan charge from the AEW Women's World Champion.
Tony Storm. I kill a cop. I don't know. I'm going to check.
But that's crossed our right hands, rattling the brain of Billy Starks.
Mongolian chops are something new. I don't blame them. Man, I like it. Yeah.
Tony Storm, German suplex Starks, taking for a ride. And the hip attack on target.
I believe Athena is legal. She tagged herself. I looked off the monitor. That's a good call. She is legal. Athena is legal.
Athena, face on Tony Storm. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, very clever. This is unbelievable. The Ring of Honor World Champion just
in the AEW World Championship.
Great point. It don't matter. It's a tag team match neither. That's impressive. Just sent a message right here. Yeah. A heads up move by Athena. The blind tag. And then the offensive way starts.
Anyway, you slice it. One hell of a win for Athena.
She needs to relax before she bursts the blood vessel.
With that contract, said it's only a matter of time. I think she's right. Here's the tag that I referenced. We'll see here in a second. Right there. Boom. She's legal unbeknownst to Tony Storm. Yeah, using the ring apron to shield herself. Gets in position to launch the up face. And pins Tony Storm. Wow, Athena. Very well could be the next AEW Women's World Champion. But right now, let's once again head to the back. And Renee Paquette.
Hangman, congratulations on your first successful title defense. This match against Jon Moxley, insane. How are you feeling after this match?
Seriously, my God, what a wonderful performance and a great job retaining your championship. Another one for the history books, for the folk hero, the main character. Although, last time I checked, heroes don't stab people in the face with forks, but hey, Hangman did nothing wrong, right? Although last week you did do something wrong, Hangman, so you decided to call me a coward, which I do find quite odd because I think you're the coward in this scenario. Oh yeah, because you refuse to face me for my AEW World Championship unless I do it on your terms. You won't face me unless I execute this contract. Well, guess what? I remember the days of us having a real fighting champion, a real man named Swerve Strickland.
You think you're going to goad me into giving you a championship shot with that? You think that's it? You think that's going to do it? You are going to have to earn it or use this contract. There are a line of men in front of you for a shot at this world championship. One of them is someone that I've known for more than a decade, someone that I look up to and respect, someone named Mark Briscoe. So if you want a shot at this world championship, you got to jump in front of Mark Briscoe. You got to fight Mark Briscoe.
Just a bunch of hicks from the sticks sticking together.
You know what? I don't see the Hurt Syndicate here. So I don't know what's stopping me from beating your ass right now.
One night, 17 kids woke up, got out of bed, walked into the dark, and never.
The toxic spider Tekla and
One impossible thing at a time. The Librarians, season finale Monday at 9 on TNT. Set your DVR now.
Willow Nightingale, last week you challenged the toxic spider Tekla, and now that a week has come and gone, she has yet to give you an answer.
Yeah, I kind of shot my shot and she just ignored me and made new friends.
The Triangle of Madness?
Well, yeah, we don't name shit, Tekla, okay? And I'm the trapezoid of Grapazoid, and I'm not leaving Chicago without a fight. So I went over Tekla's head and I knocked on old TK's door and I said, "Hey, Tony, what do you think? Tomorrow night, Thursday Collision, our last night here, let's do me and Tekla, something cool." He looked at me and said, "Damn, girl, you want to get all crazy style?" And I said, "Damn straight, dude." Because that's 100% matches are made here. So Tekla, it's official. You and I tomorrow night. And we can do it however you want to do it. Upside down, right side up, on the moon, in your web. Doesn't matter. Because I'm going to kick your spider ass and rip off every single one of those 8 legs.
Wow, startlingly accurate Tony Khan impression by Willow Nightingale, but the match is official for tomorrow night, Thursday night Collision. Willow and Tekla, one-on-one.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Coming down the aisle from Las Vegas. Vegas, Nevada, weighing 208 pounds, show some love for Ricochet.
Well, Ricochet and Mark Briscoe have been at each other's throats since the beginning of this year, but not more so than that. Don't remember earlier this year, it was the first ever stretcher match in AEW. It was violent, it was wild, Taz. It was insane. These two guys tore it up and tore each other up. And the only way to win was to put your opponent on the stretcher, in the ambulance. And it was Ricochet that won the match that night. That's in large part to those golden shears, Tony.
Yeah, he's been using those golden shears for quite a while. And listen, don't think they won't come into play in the future for him as well.
It just came on the back.
That's a dangerous man right there.
And thank you for returning our attention to our main event. First and foremost, by Q101 Radio, AEW's Ring World End to the Chicago area on Saturday, December 27th at the Now Arena, live on pay-per-view. Tickets will be available Monday, September 8th at 10 a.m. local time. You can sign up.
What did you say?
What time is it?
10 after 10.
All right. So it's 10:10?
10:09, actually.
Okay.
And get first access at tickets by becoming an AEW insider at AEWCIS.com.
Tony Khan was there at Q100, made that big announcement. Here it is.
Thank you.
Yep.
What about the announcement just a few moments ago that Hangman Page said that there are more deserving men than MJF in receiving a shot at the AEW World Championship, specifically mentioning Mark Briscoe by name.
Yeah. She said to Matt, she got a good
I think this is probably the main event.
So this is this guy's unbelievable. Different styles right here, both these athletes.
So we're going to miss there by Ricochet. The nice drop step behind Briscoe. Briscoe breaks that quick lands the Enziguri. And you mentioned those golden shears, Tony. Ricochet, though, he's upgraded from those shears to the Gates of Agony. Tony One, Bishop Braun, two heavy hitters in his corner.
The two big, powerful men at his side.
GOA, buddy, GOA.
Makes the wrestler with even more confidence. And you know what? Mark Briscoe, little change of tack. He's more serious now than we've heard him, I think, ever since he's been in AEW.
I think it's thanks in large part to how Max MJF, how he's invoked the name of Mark's late brother, Jay Briscoe. And it really seems to have given Mark Briscoe a much sharper edge, Kaz.
Yeah, probably not the right thing to do if you are MJF or anyone for that matter. The bond that Mark had with his brother will never be gone.
Chops delivered in the corner.
Well, we talked a lot about heavy hitters, heavy-handed men and women in this company. This is right at the top, meaning Briscoe. This guy can bring his hands, man.
If you only know Mark Briscoe through his time here in AEW, unfortunately, his brother Jay passed before he could join Mark Briscoe here in AEW. We had an incredible piece on the AEW YouTube channel, the Players Tribute story about Mark and Jay Briscoe. Jay specifically the cover made here. Urge everyone to check that out.
Absolutely.
Ricochet now feeling the brunt of the offense by Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, it's been a pretty bad night for MJF. What do you guys say? He's had a rough night. He's had a rough night. Deservedly so. Oh, that's a smooth shot. They got lit up there.
Certainly did. Briscoe, high boot in the corner. Driven into the jaw of Ricochet. Briscoe. Hammer throw. Sends Ricochet chest first.
Yeah, I mean, everything that Ricochet's trying to do as this match is evolving, it's not working.
Yeah, Briscoe, he's had an answer for everything.
Yeah, Briscoe doing a good job pulling back in the ring. Do not walk around because, as we know, great cardiovascular training for Ricochet.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You're right. He could go for days. Scooping a slam delivered by Mark Briscoe. Ricochet immediately went out to clutch that bottom rope.
Yeah, but there's no escaping a veteran, a true pro like Briscoe. He's going to stay on the hunt.
Briscoe recently celebrated the 25th anniversary of his first match. Now delivering a massive shot that's at Ricochet.
Be careful here, boys. This guy is a wild man.
Briscoe. Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, GOA.
You knew this would happen, you just did not know when.
The backup for Ricochet and perhaps a distraction. No, Briscoe.
Heard the footsteps behind him.
Yeah, blocked the right hand, and now you guys just GOA just getting ready to get right in the ring.
Referee Bryce Redford, he's going to go for that, I promise you.
Oh, shot to the back of Mark Briscoe. And watch out, Ricochet! Full extension, Tope Suicida. Ricochet with the advantage. Our main event continues. Don't go anywhere.
Thursday, Collision is on a special night.
I want. It's in order.
Impractical Jokers, all new Thursdays at 10 on TBS. Set your DVR now.
We are live on Dynamite. That was our final break of the evening. It is all action here on out from the Aragon Ballroom, Chicago, Illinois. Ricochet, thanks in large part to Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, the Gates of Agony, has turned the tables and had the advantage on Mark Briscoe.
Referee is not going to allow Ricochet to use that chair. Bryce, the referee's all over him.
Got Mark Briscoe, though. Almost got him.
Oh, great job by the referee. I like that from Bryce. Take command of this match.
Remember the issues between Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. It all started earlier this year. It was a $400,000 eight-man tag team match. Mark Briscoe's side won. Ricochet's side was denied. And from then on out, Mark Briscoe, he might have earned himself $100,000 that night, but he also earned himself a big-time enemy in Ricochet. But Briscoe catches the boot of Ricochet. Flips him over, and now he got him. Big bit. Oh, low bridge by Toa Leona. Briscoe crashing to the floor.
Yeah, the referee was all tied up with Ricochet. Watch out! Oh, God.
Ricochet.
Amazing. Amazing what Ricochet can do. Crazy athlete.
Now Ricochet, let's go to the ring. Ricochet, the spring, connects.
Great timing right as Mark was getting up.
The shooting star press on target. The front leg is hooked by Briscoe.
All right. Fine.
How's your guys' day?
All right. I guess.
You guess? You got anything about it?
Yeah.
Fans, tomorrow night, special Thursday night Collision Live, 8/7 Central on TNT, HBO Max, as we end this incredible run in Chicago. It will be GOA, Khan, and Toa taking on Bandito and Brody King, the final opening round match, the AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator, plus the semifinal, the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, taking on FTR. Wait a second, Ricochet loading up that F-Spear in the guns. Whoa! Swinging a miss by Ricochet. As Briscoe looking for Jay Driller.
She's gonna get it, guys. You're not kidding. You're not kidding.
Now Briscoe could get Ricochet up, but now follows Ricochet in. Ricochet down to the floor. And Briscoe. Oh, that's kick to the ropes. Bishop Khan. He shoved Ricochet out of the way. A crucial intervention by Ricochet's reinforcements. Oh, Briscoe though. Briscoe.
What is this wild man gonna do now? He's gonna take flight is what he's gonna do. He's gonna attempt to here.
Yeah, Briscoe on the ropes. Off the chair. A 2-for-1.
Gonna be an awesome collision tomorrow night. Chicago Street Fight, baby. Oh my God, what a shot. Briscoe, the lariat, the cover. Ricochet able to kick out. We've seen some incredible matches here tonight, too, guys. Absolutely. And tomorrow night, Chicago Street Fight, Dustin Rhodes looks to defend against Kyle Fletcher, Tekla and Will Nightingale. It is official. Chris Statlander in action as well, plus the AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament continues. Mark Briscoe looking for the Jay Driller. Ricochet. Oh, Ricochet! Short floor side. Really hit it strong. Wait a minute. Yeah, they're sweating in the wagons here. Bishop College with the referee. The referee stopping. And Cohen sent Briscoe crashing from the top. Referee never saw it. And now Ricochet looking for Vertigo. Finds it. Center of the ring. Is this it too? No! I thought for sure that was it. I'm telling you, Taz, at that time, Briscoe hit very, very hard. He really hit hard. He's a veteran. He's resilient. He's triple tough Briscoe, but man, that is tough to come back from.
Did what?
You brush your teeth?
In the shower.
Okay.
We kicked out. Now the GOA, they're both on the apron here. Awfully tough for Briscoe through all of this.
And Mark Briscoe finding himself behind the 8 ball here. A numbers disadvantage.
They're doing exactly. Wait. The minute of face. GOA tomorrow night, Bandito and Brody King coming out to even the odds. Big Brody, Bandito, and these 4 men now waiting to collision tomorrow night, coming in and battling out. 2 big bosses there, Toa and Brody going at it. Big Bandito and Khan already battling to wrap. Mark Briscoe, it's a cuddle. 2. Oh, Ricochet.
You know what? I love this, but I wanted to hurry the
Ricochet, Marvin to carry, Briscoe escapes, transitions.
Yeah.
Two double underhook. No. Ricochet floats it. NT Gary staggers Briscoe. Ricochet. No! Oh.
He just turned him inside out.
And now Mark Briscoe. These guys are going in. Look at this. He's going to win the center of the ring. Reach for the sky, boy.
Mark Briscoe! What a match! Holy smokes and everything! What a night!
Unbelievable night, but yes, awesome match. Mark Briscoe, he's been waiting for that one since Double or Nothing. And Mark Briscoe, a big time, much deserved victory here tonight to cap off Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just getting started tonight. MJF! You brought my brother's name forth one time, shame on you. But you brought it forth again, shame on me if I don't obliterate your ass. Man, I tell you, man, I never felt like this. Never felt like this before, man. I need help, man. I need help, man. I never felt like this for the first time. I really feel like I may never see my brother again, because I know he's up there in heaven, chilling in that mansion. But MJF, if I kill your ass in cold blood and I don't repent, because I can't repent, because not a single cell in my body feels even the slightest bit of remorse. I'm worried, man. Word! So MJF, do me a favor, man. Make my day, damn it! Right here, right now, get your ass out here and let's do this, me and you!
Right here, right now.
It's pretty scary what he's saying. I know it is, but
This is not good on a number of levels.
MJF very intelligent. He's well aware that that man Briscoe just went through a hellacious battle with Ricochet, and Briscoe's challenging Max right now.
MJF, is he toying with Briscoe?
Of course he is. Right now,
This is only going to serve to further infuriate that man.
Up here. Oh, you thought I was gonna come out there to face you head on, eye to eye? Yeah. No, you thought wrong. See, unlike you, I'm not a bumpkin. I'm not an idiot. Okay. Now listen, Mascot Mark, did I sense you drop the comedy routine? Because for a second there, you sounded pretty serious. But just because you sound serious doesn't mean I have to take you seriously. You've been calling me out week in and week out for a match, and frankly, I've had zero interest because I think you're a waste of my time. But see, now I have to prove a point because Seabiscuit said I'm a coward. He said I am too cowardly to wrestle you inside of my ring. And guess what, Mascot Mark? I spoke to that Mark, Tony Khan, and we had a discussion next week in the main event. It will be the Toothless Wonder, Mark Briscoe, versus the generational talent, MJF. That is, of course, if you make it.
Make it? What does he mean by make it?
Oh, God, that's what he meant. MJF from behind. The low blow. MJF always prepared. Guys, he's going to kill here. He is going to try to destroy.
What do you think? Huh? What do you think?
Who's the killer now? What about now, Heyman? Who's the killer now, Heyman?
He is so jealous, so insecure because of Hangman Adam Page. And it's because MJF, he does all these terrible things, and he's completely remorseless about it. Hangman Adam Page, he showed contrition. He realized.
And boom, it's like a hand around the throat of Briscoe. That's obviously, he's going to the ring. Oh, man, he's going to, he wants to punch Briscoe open. There goes the world champ. You think the world champ will back down from a ring in the hand? Hangman. He already had this damn spudger in it, and he's coming out again. Oh, God, watch out. No. There's a thing. Yes. Now, Briscoe is looking for Jay Driller on MJF. And yeah, he's not a coward. Yeah, the coward MJF, most hated man in wrestling, running for the hills. I want to say the most hated man that we've ever met in our life.
Run as fast as you can, MJF. Heyman Adam Page is gonna beat your ass.
Reach for the sky, boy. Well, MJF extremely gotten to by the words of Hangman Adam Page, but it is official for Dynamite 1 week from tonight as we return to Cleveland, Ohio. MJF, Mark Briscoe, 1-on-1 live next Wednesday night. A match that could have major implications in the title picture for the AEW World Championship. What a night we've got tomorrow night. We'll be live in Chicago on TNT and on HBO Max. And thank you for joining us tonight for Dynamite. We will see you back here for Chicago tomorrow night for Collision.
Warning, the following program contains scenes of graphics to
All right.
Okay, it looks like we're gonna call it a wrap for tonight. One last time, Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin. Good night. Nothing but love. We'll see you tomorrow. Hold on. Okay, and we will see you again on Friday. We will not come to you with Collision on Saturday because that's night one of SummerSlam. We will come to you with SummerSlam Saturday and Sunday, and of course, Raw next Monday. So until Friday night for SmackDown, there's a possibility we may not be coming to you with SmackDown, depending on if it is an actual show or if it's just going to be a 2-hour lead into Saturday. But the way it looks right now, we're going to come to you Friday for SmackDown. So we'll see you this weekend. See you Friday, and thank you for being with us tonight. Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Good night.
And thank you, everybody, for watching along. AEW.
Good night.
Been long and hard.
Night, guys.
I guess you failed in your mission to teach the youth to be good. You'll give Kevin detention over my dead body. Speaking of dead bodies.